Give everybody a few seconds to get in here. Oh. What up, Sam? Pulling up the stream on the computer, guys. Give me just a second. Oh. What's up? Jaffa, I swear, it's hard for me to remember who that is. What up, Lewis? What up, Amy? Oh. Oh. Y'all have to, if I moan and groan, y'all just gonna have to look over it today. My legs are killing me. How is everybody today before I get in here on my advocacy rant? Oh, John Ryan, okay. Well, still gonna take me a while. I still know you as Jaffa. Amy, I just talked to your boss earlier. Yep, I did. Talking about the event. You like how I say Jaffa? Oh, Jason's son, I'm hurting. Ooh. Oh, give everybody a few more minutes. What's what's the question? Duckman is back up in Pikeville today, Sam. Hat's on a little crooked. What's your question, John Ryan? I'll take a question before I rant. Can you get custom tips for the Faro RTA? Not as of right now, but it comes with a little Delrin ring in here, and if you pop that out, you can actually fit TFV8 drip tips in it. They just look a little goofy because they sit really high up. But as far as like full-on custom tops for it, no, not yet. I wish. Alright. So, flavor bands. That's the advocacy stuff and things we're going to talk about today. Yeah, I love my Faro. And I told you it was the best one for flavor. But I told everybody that. Anyways. Flavor bands. So flavor bands are popping up everywhere. As of right now, I know there's one in San Francisco. There's several. There's even countries. I want to say Finland. That you can't get any flavors unless it's a tobacco flavor. To me, It's insane. Right, no flavors. You unless it is a tobacco flavor, you can't get it because according to them, the flavors, the other flavors other than tobacco flavors, are marketing toward children. Now, while I don't agree with them at all, I mean, for God's sakes, I'm using the strawberries and cream today. Part of it is, yes, it's ignorance. No, they don't. We don't even let kids in our shop. If you are under 18, you are not allowed in here. What up, Andy? Actually, there are some places that you can't even get a menthol flavor or flavored tobaccos. You can just get regular tobacco. Can't even get a clove flavor. What up, Justin? Yeah, you can't get menthol. You can't get anything but regular tobacco. Homebrew, I don't think the flavor ban covers that because what it says is you can't sell flavors. It doesn't necessarily say you can't vape it. I mean, they're not going to grab your e-cig out of your hand and smell of it because that would look extremely funny. But part of it is ignorance. And part of it is because of how slow we as a community are to respond sometimes. This is something that anybody who keeps up with advocacy could see coming from a mile away. Because during the first round of FDA hearings, no, you can't do that. You can't give stuff away anymore in America. Andy, you haven't really missed much. You're really coming in right as I'm starting to get into my rant. But during the first FDA hearings, it was brought up that a lot of the juice companies needed to change their labeling because they were cartoony. Some people did something about it. You know, the shop that I worked at the time, we actually quit carrying like 4 different lines of juice because of the labeling. Some people didn't. And because the labeling was really bright, colorful, and yes, I get it. I like that stuff too. Adults like bright, colorful stuff just like kids do. But that is what it is. And that's what they're using against us now. I'm not talking about the blacklist. I honestly knew nothing about the blacklist until somebody was telling me about it the other day. But it is something that is maddening to me. It is something that I take to heart. And it is the reason that we are constantly telling people to follow CASA, SAFADA, whatever advocacy groups you can get into, the AVA. Because you don't know what they're talking about behind closed doors unless you pay attention to this stuff. And that is exactly where these flavor bans are coming from. The stuff that we had discussions about 3 years ago in the industry is right now coming back to bite us. Because yes, some companies were responsible. They did what they were asked. They changed their labels. They made them less cartoony. And took away the excuse that they were being marketed toward children. Some companies didn't. So now it's coming back to bite us because those companies didn't. I'm not calling anybody out by name, but it is what it is. And that's what they're using against us. That's why they're saying we can't have... We're not affected by it, thank God. But for those that are, that's what they're throwing up, is you can't have flavors. Yep, they're banning flavors, everything except for tobacco. You can't even sell menthol. But it's all this stuff that we talked about 3 years ago. We said it was going to happen. Well, now it's coming to fruition. Like I said earlier, San Francisco, Finland. It's not just affecting Americans; it's affecting other people too. No, not across the U.S. It's mainly local people or local governments that are doing it. They are not doing it in the state of Kentucky yet, and we have a lot of really good people fighting the good fight here in the state of Kentucky. I've got to give a shout out to KSFA. They do an excellent job, not only fighting on a state level, but if you are a KSFA shop and something comes up in your hometown, they will send people to help you fight it. Yep, UK is promoting vaping, but you guys still have the TPD laws. Do any of your local officials vape? Not currently. But, like I said, we have a lot of good people here. I'm not as worried about it myself on a local level. Because, like I said, I can't say enough about the people that we have fighting the good fight in my state. And Andy, they may disregard TBD whenever Brexit happens. If Brexit happens, they might not. It's... Nobody knows yet. And we won't until it happens. I know. Believe me, John, I know. That feels weird calling you John instead of Jaffa. But yeah, I know. Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that. You guys, some of the shops are selling bigger bottles and then selling nicotine shots that are 10 mils. That's actually an ingenious way to get around that. But yeah, that's my rant for the day, guys. But it eats me. It really does. It eats me big. Because like I said, this is all stuff that we said 3 years ago was going to start happening if we didn't change stuff. And now, here it comes. Andy, that does not surprise me that the European Union is trying to ban RDAs. It doesn't. So, But now that I've got that out of my system, I'm going to go back and read some of these questions. Justin said, I got the GoVat RTA yesterday, currently running a single Clapton coil. Believe it's 5 rats, 65 watts on my A-Leaf iPower because my iJoy Captain has melted down. Gonna put a triple core Alien Clapton in when I get my new wire. Thoughts on the GoVat RTA? GoVat RTA is good. GoVat RTA is, I mean, it and the Faro are a lot alike. I chose the Faro because the Faro has more juice capacity, but John says, yeah, but I'm charged the same for zero nic as someone who gets the juice and nicotine shot, so I get less liquid. Hey, man, it's the way it goes. Andy said, I have a video to send to you later on clone chargers. A UK blogger went on a rant to the wholesaler. Good. Good. If we got clone chargers in, I would probably do the same thing. First Class Vape says Serpent SMM is the best RTA I've ever tried. Not a big fan of it. Not enough airflow. And I could see some issues with some coils that people might want to install. So it's not for me. I'll put it that much. Next day battery. Well, let's look. John said, here's one for you, Ryan. Go 1.5 or Faro. Honestly, I would have to say the Faro because I use a tank more. But I would rather have both. Not going to lie. Let's see. You need one or the other? No, you need both. What do you have right now as far as a tank and an RDA that you're using? Want the Faro for my cartel? I'm ordering nothing end of November. Full Mac, I would still say do the Goon 1.5. That's my favorite Addy. If you're using the Cleto, then yeah, get the Faro. Get the Faro. Andy, I need to send you my address. Remind me of that later. Funky 160 with a TFE8. What do you think about the Funky 160, John? Coil Art Mac. much on the Coil Art Max. First Class says he's using the Taro Pro with the Limitless RDTA. Hey man, those Taros are nice. I mean, it's basically a cartel without the resin. I love those chipsets. Staggered Fuse Clapton's a man after my own heart. Everybody that doesn't know, that's my favorite build, Staggered Fused. John says he loves his funky 160, but it's no Voopoo. We have the Voopoo drag resins in, and I'm really tempted to get one. Actually, let me look at something real quick. Man, you've been trying to get me to get a Voopoo drag for a long time. A long time. Let's see here. So on our website, mountainvapors.net, for those of you that don't know, we have the Voopoo drag resin. We're currently out of stock on it, but it is $64.95. I'm getting ready to get a squonker, courtesy of Andy G. Or, well, another squonker. Yeah, you got a really good deal. Well, I'm talking US dollars. So, yeah, you got a good deal on it, but that's horrible. That is horrible. Now it's not that much in the shop. Staff discount. That's funny. Yeah, those gene chips seem to be really nice. Yeah, for those of you that live in the United States and don't know, our online store is mountainvapors.net. Go over there and give it a look. Again, that's just for the ones that live in the United States. I think the promo code on the pink for 10% off is RKHTV. I believe that's right. Ryan Hall will kill me if I get that wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's RKHTV. Gets you 10% off a bottle of pink for men's game. Finally got around to using cotton bacon. Can't believe the difference it made. Amen. I love cotton bacon. Love cotton bacon. In my tank. I do kind of prefer Japanese in my dripper, but no, he does not own part of that company. I can say that firsthand. Actually, Amy can tell you that firsthand. She works for that company. Isn't that right, Amy? JP said he had to go back up to 6 because he was vaping a little too much. Me too. There's one cotton from here called Fuzz. It's from your white vaping company near my town. I love it. Yorkshire Vaping Company. Okay. That makes a little more sense than your white vaping company. I've never heard of that. you're near Yorkshire? I'm waiting, John. Are you from Yorkshire? Still waiting. I'll keep waiting. Answer me. Oh, from Leeds. Okay. Yeah. Well, before I started this channel, we actually had a kid that called here. Is whenever I was doing the Saturdays with Ryan and Ryan videos with Ryan Hall, and we had just finished a video, and Ryan Hall had went back to Pikeville. Kid calls, very thick English accent, very thick English accent, and to the point where you could almost not understand what he was saying, and he literally started crying because he was talking to somebody that he had just watched on YouTube. Blew my mind. Blew my mind. You were typing very funny. Does the know what the means? No, I don't know what the means. Oh. Yeah. I actually can understand a lot of accents. Because I've spoken to a lot of people that had a lot of thick accents. We speak strange. No, you don't speak strange. That's just the dialect. Is the from yonder hills? Andy, you're killing me. And I actually have some family that's still in Great Britain. Mainly in Ireland, but if it hadn't been for that, I honestly don't know if I could have understood the kid. And don't ask me to do an English accent because I'm horrible at it. But Yorkshire, Andy, that's not nice. I almost read that out loud. That could have been bad. Y'all kill me sometimes with some of the comments, I swear. Oh, God. Y'all trying to get me in trouble now. I want to... I want to come over there for like a week. At some point in time. I would love to take my daughter and my fiance to Great Britain. You're good, John. But I would love to take my daughter and my fiance to Great Britain. Plus the beer over there is so much better. I wouldn't have to worry about drinking Bud Light. Oh, it's so awful. But at any rate, guys, we're coming up on that 30-minute mark. So, as much fun as I'm having laughing at you guys, Andy, that's about right. That's about right. But at any rate, guys, it's about that time to head off of here for the day. and I will try. I'm not going to promise, but I'll try to be back on here tomorrow. Probably close to the same time, if not a little bit earlier. But, guys, have a good one. Peace.